Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I have cut my hair, I didn't gain weight. So let's just, because everyone always tells me as soon as I cut my hair they're like, oh, you've gained weight. No, I just cut my hair so my face now looks bigger. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you real quick because I am making videos once again. Ooh, but it's not for the reasons that you might have expected. It's for a... Anyway, did you see the Apple event? If you didn't, I recommend you go and watch it. They showed off some new products that they are releasing, including the new AirPods, like not AirPods Pro like these ones, but the new, normal AirPods. I bought a set for Hillary, so that's on its way. She doesn't know, so don't tell her. Anyway, bought the new AirPods for her. They also introduced the new MacBooks. Wow. So I've had my MacBook now since 2015, and it's still going, it's still strong, and there aren't any issues with it. But I have noticed that I do need to wait a long time for it to process 4K video. Before I wasn't using 4K, I was just using basic HD, and HD videos are like really fast, not an issue at all. But when I bought the computer, 4K wasn't really, there were 4K videos, but it wasn't really like used that much because people didn't have 4K displays and whatever. But now, everyone's got iPhones and iPads and computers with super crystal clear displays, and 4K is now actually worthwhile. So I make most of my videos now in 4K just for that reason, so you can see all the pixels of my face and all the pimples and all the dry skin. Anyway, not to worry about that, I don't really care. So the point is, I want the new MacBook Pro, and I'm going to get the new MacBook Pro when I come back to England. So to justify getting that, which is really expensive, I have to make use of my current computer. So make it seen that my current computer is working hard and it's not quite fast enough, and then I'll be able to get the new MacBook Pro with all the additions, extra memory, extra super fast processor, and all that stuff. I can't wait. It's like I've got it already, but I haven't even said to Hillary that I want it yet. But we'll see. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you real quick about the job market in China. I am so lucky that I don't need to be looking for a job right now in China because, oh my God, it seems to be quite terrible. So let's just go through. I was an English teacher at a training center for most of my time in China, and at the training centers now, because of the virus, not just the virus, but also because they've introduced a new rule about training centers. So training centers now can't have classes for kids between certain hours, and they can only open a certain amount of hours during the week, and blah blah blah. Whereas before it was like, if you take a day off school, then you can come to the training center and have classes all day. It was like that. They would just accommodate wherever possible. Any bit of money they could make, they would be open and they'd have a teacher ready. Now they're not allowed to do that. So a lot of training centers, their entire model has been just completely destroyed. And you're not allowed to teach English to kids who are under 6 years old, like preschool age, which is also a new thing. The training center that I was at made most of their money from those kids, and now they're not allowed to even have them at the center at all. So that's interesting. Also, because of the virus, you're not allowed to have classes over a certain size. You're not allowed to, they had so many lockdowns and shutdowns, and even when it wasn't a lockdown, they'd still say stuff like, you can't have people gathering together, so you can't have any of these training center classes. So that was quite terrible for most of those centers. And what else? Now, my friends, my old colleagues at the training center, they've been getting half of their salary for the last year. Half salary. But they've still been working. And they've pretty much been working the same as what they had been before. I don't know, half your salary for about a year or more, with no option for overtime or bonuses or any of that, because there's no work. They can't do anything. And then also, they're in a hard place because if they quit, where they're gonna go, because there's no other training centers that are hiring, because all the training centers are cutting down, tightening the belts, tightening the pockets. So it's a really tough one, and I feel, oh my god, I'm just so lucky that I'm not relying on that for income right now in China. Oh, because it would be a disaster. But the sad thing is, it means like Hillary's brother, who has been looking for a job now for the past almost a year, he's finding it quite difficult, because there's also this crazy gap between expectation versus reality in China. I'm not sure if it's because of the one-child policy or what the reasoning is, but graduates, they've done a survey recently, like an official survey of a lot of university students, current students, and the majority, like 60-70% of them, think that within a few years of graduating, they'll be earning, what is it? In Chinese money, it's 1 million RMB per year. So in pounds, that would be about 100,000 or more, about £100,000 a year. So all the graduates, all the students, almost all of them, they have this perception that because they've been to university, they're going to graduate and they'll all be earning 100,000 a year. When the GDP per capita in China, this is per capita, right? So the actual salary that you probably get is going to be a bit lower, probably. The GDP per capita in China is about $10,000 a year or something like that. I think it's coming up, but it's nowhere near 100,000. But all the graduates think they're going to get 100K a year. It's quite. I mean, I know, wishful thinking, high expectations and all this, but it makes it a massive problem, because when I'm watching Hillary's brother now, he's looking for his jobs, and he's got a few offers, but he looks down on those offers because he thinks that he's better than those places, or he can do better. And I don't know, if you've been looking for a job for a year, he's been unemployed now for a year, like not working, no income, And it's a bit of a, if you've been getting some offers, but then you think you're turning them down because you think, oh, I can do better. That's being repeated across his generation. So a lot of the 20-something-year-olds now in China are unemployed, and some of them don't need to work because they've got family support, which is fair enough. But it doesn't make it look very good for the economy as a whole if the next generation is just not working, because the jobs that China actually has right now and actually needs is in like the manufacturing, construction, and the physical sort of jobs. And all these students, they don't want to do that. None of them want to do it. So yeah, it's quite interesting. And also there's another thing. Oh my god. Oh, this was the funniest thing I've ever heard. So Hillary's brother, a lot of the offers that he's been getting, he's been told at the interview that he would be the oldest in the office, or like one of the oldest in the office, or the second oldest in the office, like that. So these companies are only going after graduates, like young, just graduated, young people. And all the older people, I mean, he's 27. All the older people are being turned away. I find it quite. And next year, when he's 28, he will be able to claim benefits in China, but not the benefits that you're thinking, like, oh yeah, because he hasn't got a job. No, he's going to be able to claim loneliness benefit because he's not married. So when you're 20, if you're 28 and you're not married, they consider you like an outcast or leftover. And the age is younger for women. I forgot what the age for women is. It's a little bit younger. But if you're 28 as a man, unmarried, they consider you as like like no hope kind of thing. You're lonely. And then they give you a financial benefit. They give you it's like £50 a month if you apply for it and whatever. I don't know how easy that process is, but it's a bit like, I don't know, it feels a bit offensive in a way. So he's 28 and what? The society, the government considers him to be left over and lonely, so they're going to give him money. Oh, it feels weird. there's a real problem here in China. Hillary's mum has also been looking for jobs, and she can get jobs, but they're all kind of the same kind of jobs, like the jobs that ideally should be done by young people, but they don't want to do it. But a lot of the companies that she's been going to asking for jobs, they look at her like, "It's for you? How old are you?" Like she's too old to work. And they turn her away based on her age, like just point blank turned away. And they have signs as well saying, like, 18 to 24 only, or 18 to 26, like that. And it's like they just look at her like, no, like too old. She's only like in her 50s right now. So the employment market here is wild, I'll say. Wild. It's quite crazy. So yeah, it wasn't always like this. Before, when I first came to China, whoa, you can get jobs. I got offered jobs just walking down the street. Everywhere there were jobs. It seems like the economy was great back then. 2011 is when I came. That was something else. But now, no, it's completely different. So I guess I'm leaving, or planning to leave, at the right time. More on our leaving China story in another video, because I'm going to have to make videos all the time now to justify getting this new computer when I get back. So, I will see you soon. I'm going to end it here. This has been a quick video. Oscar! Let's see if Oscar wants to come on camera. Oscar? You want to say hello? Okay, then don't say hello. Alright, bye. You want to say bye? Bye. Okay. Okay, you want me to turn it off? Okay, I'll turn it off. Alright, it's off.